This is a 1111 portal in particular reading. I did not want to specifically say the word portal for the last reading for a reason. This one has a lot more to do with personal accounting. Not accountability, accounting. If you think about your time and your energy as being a currency, there's going to be times that you're going to get the message that you need to withdraw your currency from something so that you don't get, I'm just seeing like shortchanged. Okay. It's like unlucky energy that comes along with it's like the color of fear. If you've never seen that, go watch it. It's like the Flatland movie. If you've never seen that, go watch it. It's something about being scared to open your mind to anything, really. You don't have to be scared to open your mind to anything if you've got, control over your own account. I'm going to talk about imposter syndrome right now, and then I'm going to switch decks. I'm going to start by acknowledging that for me, the 1111 portal does bring up a lot of 9/11 kind of triggering. That's partially because 9/11 was important in my personal identity, at least in the identity and the paperwork that I was given to support that identity. Ironically enough, years later, before 9/11 even happened, I just happened to be in New York like a week before 9/11 took place. Oh my God. Here's Intention, number 22 coming out. This is an owl, literally an owl on an egg with that dandelion full of seeds. The reading that I just did, I've just finished, has everything to do with intention. So I want the intention of this reading to be a demystification for myself and others, because it's time. Like, I'm not keeping other people's secrets for them. That is the most unhealthy thing I could possibly do, because if you've ever been like in any kind of recovery or rehab, they've got it posted all over the wall. You're only as sick as your deepest secret. Only. Okay? So this is going to be the unowning. I'm not going to be the only one that has information, 411, if you will. Yeah, this is a one-ring circus. Someone's intentions. I don't know, number 22 is significant. You will know whether that's your birthday, whether you like, I don't know, there's SR22 insurance, I think. There's Catch 22. There's something about needing to identify the imposters and then strip them of the imposter syndrome that they've become comfortable with. It's almost like somebody with Stockholm disease who really relates to their captor. Instead of accepting the cap, identify who it is. Like I said, you need to orient yourself with whatever this is so you can bolt in the right direction when it's time to go. It's the nuts and bolts. Okay, this is part of passing the baton. I know it sounds crazy, but it's not that insane when you really think about it. Okay? I don't know why religion is also coming through here. I'm just seeing Hedwig sitting on top of the egg. There's something about having protectors, not only for your idea, your thoughts, your feelings, your person, your vessel, physical vessel, almost like a cocoon, being cocooned or in an egg. This is me in a nutshell. If you want to go completely Austin Powers, it's about what's on the inside as well as what's on the outside of this egg. The pedestal it's being put upon. There's something, yeah, it's about the pedestal. You see that? This is in this card, it's an elephant, and there's an MC sitting on top of the elephant. Okay? There's a need to be aware of your intentions. If you know where the compass is for yourself, if you know where true north is, this should not be a problem. This shouldn't be coming out as imposter energy. Okay? It's almost like someone's been trying to MC your life to be a one-ring circus rather than giving you your royal oats. Rather than acknowledging all the different hats that you've had to wear over the years, rather than acknowledging that your crown chakra is just as valid. And here's the field of dreams. Something else fell on the floor, but this is number, we went from 22, 15 to 50 to 21. 21. I'm hearing, oh, look it. That's why we've got all the fairies in the fields sitting on their own egg. When I was younger, I used to love it when people would put things in bags and then give it to me. Little treasures, like even if it was just dust, like sparkles that someone put in a bag, I would want to walk around and I had a whole birthday party about that, about being a fairy. Unfortunately, I had to fight my way through my own birthday party because there was indeed someone trying to make it into a one-ring circus. However, that's not important. The point here is learning how to police yourself so that other people don't get to police you. The moonlight, number 51. Now we have 1551 with literally 22 and 50 over here. This is most definitely a reckoning. A reckoning. I'm repeating it twice because you can't fake it. You can't fake the funk. You can shoot the moon if you're playing cards. You can say, when the moon hits my eye like a big pizza pie. If you're talking about being in love, but if you've got a good compass and you know that you're only as sick as your deepest secrets, this could be much more like a Coyote Ugly moment. Or maybe the Little Prince, where he's on a planet by himself and the only thing that's there with him is a rose. It's very Beauty and the Beast. There's nothing so lonely as being left on a planet with one sack of seeds. And really you're the only fairy there. Or do you want to say maybe you have the penthouse suite? Hedwig already knew that. Hedwig's been known that. Fly like a butterfly, sting like a bee is coming through here if you're into Muhammad Ali. There's something about this. This is the top of the reading. Let's put it here, and this is the bottom. You need to ensure that your secret is not a secret. This is the owl flying away. Okay? Across the face of the moon. I don't know why this needs to be so secret. So when information is power, I guess that's when this is secretive. But you can also say information by just saying 411. And that information no longer has a part in this life. It isn't about the information anymore. It's about the quality of the information. If you're sitting there fibbing through your teeth, well, is that information going to have a part in your life, or is that information not so much important anymore? For things to come apart or for things to become a part of your world, day or night. And the only reason I'm saying day or night, because these are the two occasions, twice I've said this, these are the two occasions where your intentions come apart. The road to hell is paved with good intentions. You can call that day or night. You can follow the yellow brick road instead if that's the one that you want to follow. There are a lot of flying monkeys over there where there's like a lot of flying owls over here. You know how you can really overlap the story of Horus? You can overlap it. The story of Horus, the Egyptian god, with the story of Jesus. And it's strange to look at all of the different ways that their lives coincide. Was it all a coincidence that they seem to have led almost in exactly the same mirroring of the same life? Perhaps. If you believe in energy signature, maybe not. If you believe in collective consciousness, up to you. The part that I'm talking about is the reflection. And if someone has been an imposter in your life, they've more or less been able to post whatever they want. The emergency response, the of that poster, has been a yes or no question. It's been maybe, maybe not. I'll respond half the time because I'm not looking at this as 2020. I'm not looking at it as 100, 150, 50. That's imposter syndrome. One person policing another person as though they've got authority over them when they don't. You're an imposter. You're an imposter in that person's life. They say mimicry is the highest form of flattery. I personally don't think so. I think that if you feel like you can't be yourself, that's sad. But hey, let me get some clarifiers because I'm not really very into this imposter energy. When I say things like you're handing the baton down to other people in your bloodline, remember that water is sometimes thicker than blood. Sometimes blood is thicker than water. You get to choose who your family is. Nobody else gets to choose that. I don't care what family you were born into. That part is almost completely irrelevant. It's the ones that make you feel the love. Thank you for reminding me. She said that's all we're going to say about any of that imposter syndrome because we're resetting the energy today. Just giving me a gentle reminder. The alarm clock came off and she did that too, so I understand. Thank you, Ophelia. I appreciate it. Can you come here? Can you come here? Thank you. Okay. There's something about this is I gotta finish the reading though. Should I? You don't think so, Ophelia? Okay. Well, she said get one card and then move on. So basically, she's saying there's something in this intentions that I need to like switch my intention, right? That's what she was reminding me of, was to keep my intentions high vibing and positive. However, I do need to just say that this is the energy we're not going to draw from right now. Confidential versus private or secret are different. Privacy is something that everybody has a human right to. Not that it's given, but it is something that you should have the right to. Yeah, there's movie magic. Okay. I think I know, quite literally, this is like, I know where this coming apart thing is happening for me. I'm not so wide open when it comes to ensuring this is, yeah, that secretly there's going to be magic in the movie. I guess I am the one that's kind of like, endorphins can be activated by watching a dramatic movie or TV show. Our brain chemistry responds to the on-screen emotions by releasing endorphins, the same way it would if we were in a physical pain ourselves. So there's something about like not needing to be open to pain anymore, kind of needing to turn that off and let it be, whatever. Life is like a movie. Some movies are really uplifting, some are not so much. In this specific case, I could use a little bit of part of the message that's coming through with imposterhood is this part that I've played in my own movie magic. I don't think I've ever been the lead role. In fact, the moment I landed the lead role, I wasn't able to go to Africa because I was pregnant. And I was trying to ensure that my daughter would be safe, not only from, me dancing or falling or slipping or making some type of faux pas that otherwise could have hurt her, and also not going to Africa because of all the immunizations that are necessary. Immunizations against malaria, all that kind of good stuff. I couldn't have taken those at the time. Oh, thank you, Ophelia. Yeah, at the time, I could not have taken those. She's gently reminding me of a lot of things. Can you come over here, please, if you would like to help me with the reading? They just can't see if you stand right in front of the camera. Yeah, so this is hugs and kisses and needing to like kind of pray on it. My last reading was about some of this, but it's about people being able to prey on your mentality or not. Day and night, look at that. REM sleep. It's submersive. There's 2 movies that I just could not watch as a child. It was I did watch one of them, but I've never wanted to see those movies again. One was Losing Isaiah, the other was Anthony Fisher. And I don't know why that's relevant to this reading, but it seems like you must keep the faith when other people are fishing for negative information. Like, think about if you ever were to become like a politician. People are going to try to scrape up every little tidbit from every nook and cranny in your life that they possibly can to make you look bad, to campaign against you, to make advertisements, commercials. You got to use the comms as well as the video recorders to do that. That's kind of what this is. It's like the feedback loop that we create for ourselves can be mirrored to a certain degree. But after that, it's gone beyond the point of having a part or a role in somebody's life. At that point, you're being an imposter. If you assume the identity, if you're an actor and actress, let's just say that, right? And you're playing a role, let's just say I'm Isaiah, right? Maybe I'm Anthony Fisher. If I assume the actual identity of that character for the rest of my life, then I'm an imposter for that character. I'm imposing myself. I'm posing. I'm being a poser. Because my real government name is not listed at the end in the credits. The credentials were cut. Okay, that's what we're looking at here, are all the different fairies, all the people behind the scenes, all the different identities that you could have worn over the course of your life. Maybe you have changed your name several times, twice at least. Maybe there's a reason for that. Maybe there's not. Maybe it was for protection for you and your children. Maybe it wasn't. Either way it goes, it doesn't mean that your real identity disappears. You still know your real identity, as do the people who knew you during that time frame. Maybe you switch locations, change your name so you have a different, fresh slate, fresh, clean slate, right? There's still going to be people who are glad that they knew you, whether you know it or not. It could be as simple as the gas attendant, the store clerk that sees you regularly. Those people know who you are. Maybe they've looked at your ID. This doesn't have to be like a bad thing. It's like I ate my apples and my oranges today, so now I'm quite alert and aware of where it is I am on this, greater scheme of things, the map. That's one hell of an egg. Point is, rather than making it into a problem, it's a location. I'm also hearing that song, "Where's your head at? Where's your head at?" I'm also hearing Chumbawamba for some reason. I get knocked down, but I can only get, yeah, look, you ain't never gonna keep me down. I get knocked down. Yeah, there's something about this movie magic, You need to almost be glad when you see like sad movies or movies that evoke emotion from you. It's a trigger that's helping you identify, oh, this is something I still haven't dealt with. Does that mean you're going to love every movie? No. Some movies you're just not going to like them. Like, this is boring, or this is not what this, I don't want to watch this. Like, that's perfectly fine too. You're allowed to have an opinion. Your opinion continues to be valid. This idea, though, of feeling the love and finding a place to feel the love, that's the point here. To a certain degree, even though other people may have had the intention of standing on your head or standing you on your head, putting you upside down, maybe putting you in isolation, you should be able and willing to see that this is something you might be glad about later. Speaking of triggers, the wonderful thing about Tigger is Tigger's a wonderful thing. The tops are made of a river, the bottoms are made of a spring. They're bouncy, trouncy, bouncy, trouncy, fun, 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 fun. The most wonderful thing about being a Tigger is I'm the only one. Okay, that's the secret only kind of that we're talking about. Obviously, there's other tigers out there. Like, we just look at Calvin and Hobbes or Tony the Tiger in the cereal commercials, right? But if you're the only one in a specific set of character development, or if you've developed a part of your character to a specific degree, to the umpteenth degree, this is not 33rd, but maybe it's ensuring the 33rd. It's almost like you can be glad that people saw you that way, that people were completely baffled as to who you were. Have you ever met Baphomet? Okay, people are going to be baffled, right? Have you ever met, let's see, who else? Jesus? You're going to be baffled. Have you ever met Danny DeVito? Arnold Schwarzenegger? Bette Midler? Natalie Portman? Cam Newton? I mean, we can keep going. Just pick celebrities. I'm just waiting for celebrities to, like, right? Selena? Be really cool if you could meet, like, cartoon characters, like we're at Disney World or something. Then which one would you choose? See what I mean? That's like, it's almost like you were the cartoon character that wasn't even real to people, and now they're like, oh my god, Tinkerbell does exist. We thought she was an Annabelle doll this entire time. It's like that. I'm making examples, but I am just saying this part of your life that some people may have thought was secret, or that you were trying to keep a secret, or that there was this big old secret, but there's no secret. Maybe they never took the time to ask. Maybe they never took the time to care, even if they did ask. There was this thing that we learned in at sales, okay? And it's about digging for your sale. You ask 3 questions about the same subject. You ask about 3 different questions. So altogether, you're going to get 9 questions. 3 about one subject, 3 about another subject, 3 about a third subject, etc., etc., etc. The more questions you ask on one specific subject. So if I say, oh, I really love the way that the light of the moon is reflected in her eye. Say, why do you like that? Oh, because I saw Moonstruck. And I believe in life after love like Cher. There's one answer, right? Another answer could be, oh, because I'm Italian. And my mom always used to sing that song, when the moon hits your eye like a big, okay? Makes me think about our homemade pizzas. Then you could also, the third answer to that question, well, because I've always wanted to be an astronaut. I've always wanted to visit that location. So to think that I could already see it, I could already envision it, it's in my sight, makes me feel like that it's real. I could say all those things. Or you could just be like, I just love the ocean. I just love the ocean. When I see the ocean, I feel serenity, at peace, calm, but I also have a good, healthy respect for what it is that it could do. That's what I mean. If you're a sailor, the meaning of the moon and the ocean is going to mean something totally nautical in comparison to somebody who uh, lives in a landlocked area and likes to listen to a whole bunch of opera. Okay. There's context behind all of this. It isn't so much about digging out the secrets and using them to, that's very political. That sounds like politicians.